Looking at writing algebraic expressions. Let's start with some jokes. You look so much thinner. Thanks, I had my appendix removed. You know, because in a book there's an appendix that tells you like information, and then also an appendix, like you get that removed. Next joke. Where is Catwoman? Isn't she coming with us? She got sidetracked. Because you know cats like to sleep and lay in boxes and stuff. It's time for our daily review. Integer. What's the opposite of 3? I encourage you to pause the video and try this on your own. Well, opposite literally means the other side of the number, or the other side of the number line. So an integer of 3, the opposite would be -3. Absolute value is the distance from 0. It's just 3. Distance from 0 is always positive. -4, the opposite is 4. And absolute value is 4. Opposite of 8 is -8, and the absolute value is 8. That's it for our daily review. Let's look at some vocabulary. We're going to be talking about equations today. So an equation is a mathematical statement that says two expressions are equivalent. A solution of an equation is a value of a variable that makes the equation true. Let's do some notebook practice. Determine whether the given value is a solution for the equation. So if I put in 6 for x, is it going to equal 15? Yes, it does. Number 2, y over 4 equals 32. If I put in 8 for y, does it equal 32? It does not. Number 3, 8x equals 72, where x equals 9. Again, I put in 9, and 72 equals 72. These are all solutions. Let's look back at our objective. Writing algebraic expressions. So to help us with our algebraic expressions, we want to look at these math in the words paper here. Okay. I encourage you to Google this, as it's a huge resource and a benefit to you to know these key words. Let's go ahead and create some equations for the following sentences. Daniel has a fish tank that contains 38 fish. There are 9 goldfish and F other fish. Create an equation for the following sentence. I encourage you to pause the video and try this on your own. So, what are we? It contains 38 fish. So that is going to be our total. So we know it has to equal 38. And if we look at our math in the words paper here, we can see that and, in this case, means addition. They're giving us the variable f plus 9. And that's our equation. Let's take a look at number 5. Victor has 102 beads to make n necklaces. Each necklace will have 17 beads. I know that it's equal to 102. Each necklace will have 17 beads. It's like saying 17 plus 17 plus 17 and so on and so forth. Another way to do that is to multiply. So for number 5, we get 17n is equal to 102. James is C years old. His 12-year-old sister Caitlin is 3 years younger than James. Create an equation for the following. So we know that it's equal to 12. And we know that 3 years younger, so it's minus. So C, so it's going to be minus 3 because she's 3 years younger. So we have C minus 3 equals 12. Keyword there is years younger than James. Let's go to number 7. Kim rented skates for 8 hours. The rental fee was $2 per hour. She paid a total of $8. So paid a total is going to be equal to 8. Per hour means times. 2x equals 8. We know that from our division problem it says this means we have to divide. When we're setting up our equation though, we have to indicate multiplication here. 2x equals 8. And that's our answer. 2x equals 8. So some pointers here. Words that indicate a variable is needed. One thing that tells you a variable is needed is the word each. So for the next few questions, we'll be looking at problems that don't necessarily have a variable given to you. Another indicator that a variable is needed is the word per. And the last two we'll see is in every or for every. Example 1. At the start of the month, a customer needs $3 for a reusable coffee cup. She spends $2 each time and has the coffee cup filled with coffee. At the end of each month, she paid $53. Write an equation to show how many cups of coffee she purchased. So solving real-world problems, we have one-time amount plus the variable equals the total amount. So what's my total amount here? If you said 53, you're correct. Now we have to identify the difference between the one-time amount and the number x variable amount. Okay, so let's see. I know that each is a variable indicator word, so I'm going to underline that. So that means I'm going to have 2x. Finally, I have spends 3 for a reusable cup. So that's what it's going to cost, the one-time amount. Okay, so it's plus 3. So now I'll write my equation. So my equation is 53 for my total. My variable is 2x, and my amount is plus 3. You are renting a bike from downtown. The bike company charges $10 for the bike plus $2 for each hour you have the bike. Write an equation to show how many hours you rented the bike and spent a total of $26. So just like before, I want to identify what my one-time amount is first. So my one-time amount is 10. Next I want to have my variable x amount. And if you remember from our last example, our key words here, each. Each is going to tell us that it's a variable amount. And then our total is given to us there. So my equation then for this is 2x plus 10 equals 26. So today we learned how to write algebraic expressions. Thanks for tuning in.